Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're joining me from. So you are catching me just as I'm leaving the garage, where I had asked for a price for the clutch. Now, if you want to know the backstory on the van, it's been a bit of a long journey, and look back at the videos because I did a lot of whinging, whining, and moping. Now, you all know that who did watch some videos is I knew as soon as this van came to me there was a problem with a clutch stroke gearbox. And as it happened, I went to Doncaster. I live in Lincoln, and then on Saturday and then Sunday I went to Grantham to meet Kev. Absolutely amazing person. The person you see on the video is actually the person you get to see in real life. I've really enjoyed my time with Kev. I was there for about 3 hours, I think, almost. He's down to earth, no bullshit, and honest as the day's long. So Kev, thanks for meeting me. I've decided to go with a different mower. I will message you privately, obviously. But a result, nonetheless. So the story goes, if you watched the last video when I was giggling my arse off because I'd had a go, not quite had a go, but made a point of saying that your service is shite from Evan Halshaw. And the lady had only been there a month, and I literally, told her what crap service I'd had and all that sort of stuff. And that this van, from the first day that they dropped it off, had issues, and when they brought it back to me still had the same issues. Well, not all the same issues. They'd rectified some that were cheap and they didn't really want to do anything, but the main one that went back was with the clutch. And as you would know, I think I mentioned it in the video, I can't remember now, that I went to those two places over an hour away from my property, and as soon as this thing gets warm, it starts having a problem with the clutch. And the clutch pedal stuck almost to the floor. It's about 3/4 of the way down, and I had to pick it up to get off away from Kev, because when I'm leaving Kev, I'm like, the clutch is going, mate, sorry. He's like, oh. And yes, I do have a problem, definitely have a problem with the clutch, which I always said there was. So I gave that lady not quite an earful, because I wasn't screaming, shouting, or anything like that. I was calm and all that lot. But they've now come back to me and said they're going to replace the clutch for free. Fantastic. But it's not going to get done until the 15th of September, which is a little bit further away than I'd like. But if it gets done, it gets done, because I got a price from my garage for £600 basically to supply and fit the clutch. So thankfully I don't have to fork out for that, but like I said to her, in the meantime, if it goes, I'm just going to get the van dumped off with you. And if it does go, are you going to guarantee me that if it damages the gearbox or anything else, you'll fix it? So she's going to get back to me on that. And I'm sure they're going to say no, because why would they? But they should have realistically resolved this issue right at the beginning. They wouldn't have had all this hassle, and they wouldn't have to. Well, they'd still have had to replace the gearbox. But if the gearbox goes and it damages if the clutch goes and it damages the gearbox, then they've got two things to replace. Because, like I said to her, if it had been done in the first place, we wouldn't have this issue, and it wouldn't have damaged the gearbox. So there we go. But that is it. A result from Evan Halshaw for a change. I'm gonna hold my breath for now, and hopefully on the 15th of September, it gets sorted out basically, and we go from there. But a thumbs up for the new manager at Evan Halshaw. She seems to be very apt and very proactive at her job. I can't remember her name, I'm sorry. It was just a shame that the people that I dealt with the first time were so bad at their job, basically, and sent this vehicle out in a less than satisfactory condition for the price that I'm paying for. And I even made a comment of her saying to her that this van actually is only worth 9 grand, and I paid 14 for it. So it's like you would expect things to have been done on it and sorted out and really spick and span. And the only reason I say it's only worth 9 grand, and when you're like, what the hell are you paying 14 for? I didn't know until after that I'd paid for it, and then I started sorting out insurances and extra warranty. And no company will warranty this van over 9 grand. And my insurance company said to me, why am I paying 14? The ticket price is only worth 9. around 9,000, so it could be either £500 more or less either way. And I was like, that's just the price that they are at the minute. And if you look at everywhere else, the price has shot up. And it was like, it doesn't mean that they're worth more. It just means that people are able to charge more because of the situation, because there's a supply and demand. So that's how I know, basically. And I actually looked. I can't remember the tick. I can't remember what the website was that tells you market value or ticket price, book price, I think it's called, on this. I can't remember the website I went to, but I went onto the way website for it anyway and double checked, and it was roughly, depending on mileage and mileage and age and all that lot and condition, it was roughly between 8,500 and 9,500, basically the price of it. So if we say 9 grand just for shits and giggles, it puts us in the middle. But thankfully, actually, Evan Halshaw have actually stood up to their warranty. I did actually make a note of saying that I'm really shocked that the only thing I've received for this vehicle is the logbook. And I said to her as well that, at the end of the day, realistically, I could be really funny and say I've not actually signed anything. So I'm not signed into your warranty. I'm not signed into any contract with you. So really, I could actually just drop this van back, because I've got 2 emails, I think. I'm pretty sure I've got 2. I've definitely got 1. Because when I first got this and decided that there was loads of things wrong with it and they couldn't get to me for 2 or 3 weeks, and you have a 7-day window or 250 miles to take the van back, I've got an email saying that that's wiped off, and as soon as we get it, if you're not happy with the van, then we can bring it back and we'll give you a full refund. So I made a comment saying that I've still got them emails, and there was no time date on it, there was no stamp. So in theory, I could just get this van cleaned up, send it back to you, and ask for a full refund, and you've got no leg to stand on. So there we go. I'm going because I'm just waffling. But thankfully, someone at Evan Halshaw is actually doing their job. Woohoo! See you guys in the next one.